Hi, you guys. I'm out of the store. So they wanted $7 for this. Mind you, I don't have food stamps anymore. They cut me off. So I only had $22 left in food stamps. So this is what I stole. Okay. They wanted $9 for this. I said, oh, I don't got $9. Then they wanted $2 for this. They wanted, sorry, it's all fucked up because it's been in my purse. $7 for this. I'm making some stuffed salmon today. These are needed. I'm not paying $7 for that. Okay. Let me show you the most important thing to me. Short ribs. Take off the label so that you don't beep. Get your fucking meat. How many do you think that I got?
Oh.
How many short ribs is that?
Oh, heck no.
Hi, you guys. I'm out of the store.
Hold on. Because, so you didn't even show any type of restraint with what you were getting. Because we all have to show this type of restraint when we go to the grocery store. Even the people who are working, who you look at us like we have privilege, I guess, and you're the one in need. We all have to show the restraint as far as what we can actually get. If you notice, she got a $9 seasoning. She got a $9 seasoning. I come across this same dilemma when I go grocery shopping. Guess what? I can't get a $9 seasoning. I just can't justify that. And you're taking it for free and deciding to steal it, and you're not even showing restraint with what you're stealing. Because think about this. If it was really that much of an emergency of just survival, hey, I have to do this so that I can eat to survive, or whatever the case may be, then you would do it with integrity. You would say, okay, I have to do this. It's a necessity at this point, but I'm not going to take anything that will hurt their margins too bad. Maybe I'll take some hot dogs. Maybe I'll take some canned food, right? Some things that wouldn't really hurt the store's bottom line too much, but it's also that happy medium where I can still get what I need. But you're getting the $9 seasonings, and then you're getting not one, multiple packs of short ribs, which even a regular middle class person can't just eat that all the time. You're getting all the luxurious accoutrements, and it really just shows what's really inside you. Because at first, what she said was that the government has forced her hand to have to do this. So you're blaming the government for why you're in whatever situation, right? Did the government force you to get a face tattoo? Did the government force you to get a neck tattoo? And this is what I continue to talk about, continue to harp on. Self-inflicted wounds that we put on ourselves that we then act like it's someone else's responsibility, or it was somebody else that put us in this situation. And I don't care what you do or who you are. That's always going to make it difficult if you're trying to come up in any type of way to have a freaking face tattoo. So let's say we are in a bad situation. Let's say we did get a bad hand in life. Why why do we then decide I got a bad hand, so let me make it worse? Let me get a face tattoo. Let me have multiple kids that I can't afford, that I can't sustain. It really just doesn't make any sense. Let's watch something else in relation to the chaos that's going on and is looming, because today is Halloween, of course. So we know that the the date is tomorrow. The date when it all ends. But a lot of people have started early.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat.
Look at this.
Everybody must eat. Everybody. Everybody must eat. Yes. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Told the police they either lock me up tonight or it's gonna get lit. It's gonna be a movie.
Y'all ain't hearing me. They cut my food stamps. I ain't paying for none of this shit. I got babies at home that gotta eat.
Oh my goodness. So ultimately, what we're seeing here is people are going to be looking for an excuse to do anything anyway. Because funny enough, right? If I've ever been in a bad spot in life, that was always a signal that I had to scale up my activity, that I had to scale up my time, that I had to take more of my time and try to leverage that and try to get that to turn into dollars so that it can help my situation. If I'm not trying to get ahead, if I'm not trying to save ahead preemptively, preventatively, right? Doing preventative maintenance with my budget to say, let me make sure that I have money saved for a rainy day. And let's say I do get to that point where I can see, okay, incoming, we're about to hit a tough spot. Then guess what I know I need to do? I don't think I have to go commit a home invasion. I don't think I have to go and steal. My first thought is I'm going to have to get another job. I'm going to have to work more. I'm going to have to give up some of my time. So what I'm trying to understand is the consensus of people whose their first thought is we stealing, we are gonna just take what we deserve, and we've already been getting it for free this entire time. But now you're not giving it to me for free. That's literally the core of what entitlement is. This can happen in any way, right? Your family could feel the same way if, let's say, you pay their bills. Let's say you've been helping a family member out. Let's say you're the person in your family who every time you go to dinner, you pay for everybody. Guess what's going to happen on that day that you decide, hey, today I just want to pay for myself. I've been paying for everybody for 10 years. I'm going to just pay for myself today. Guess what? Guess what's going to happen? Because I can tell you what's going to happen. I can predict it already. That day, even though you paid for free for years, it could even be decades, that one day that you decide you're not going to pay for everybody, I promise you it's going to be a problem. I promise you you're going to be the villain. And the sad thing about it is they're not even appreciative of all the past things that you might have done. And we're seeing this now with government assistance. People have been getting it for so long that they feel like they're entitled to it and dang near like it's their birthright. And that's just human nature when it comes to these type of things.
I'm walking out with it. Try and stop me.
Yeah, I told y'all, with or without EBT, me and mine gonna eat.
Clock it. Of course we gonna eat.
On
Never
who?
not gonna eat.
They cut my food stamps.
So, as you can see there, the cycle is going to continue because if that was my kid talking about on cuz now, let me tell you something. That would have been addressed swiftly, promptly, and immediately. And we would have turned his life around right there, right then, right there. Because that's what we're going to see. If that's how you're acting, and now you have your parents actually encouraging you to basically, let's just call it what like we see it, to basically exhibit thug-like behavior at a young age, when you really should have manners, when you really should be polite, when you really should be humble, then if we had to gamble, we can kind of see what the trajectory, if nothing comes in as an intermediary and halts it where it's at, if no external force comes in to change that young man's path, we already know where that's going to lead to. And obviously, she doesn't see a problem with it. And think about the fact that she's openly stealing and she's getting her kids involved as well. So she doesn't even know that to commit a crime with a child is actually against the law. And that's almost like child negligence, like that you can get jail time for that. To basically get a child to help you commit a crime. She doesn't even know that, obviously. You see what's going on? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And if she just recorded herself committing a crime and having her children come along with it. She recorded that. So do you see how the spiral of self-inflicted wounds just continues and it just compounds and compounds? And ultimately is going to come down from your bad decisions that you make. Think about how many of these people, we just watched two people just come online and admit to stealing. But then when they end up where they end up, it's everybody else's fault. It's the government's fault. And they didn't have a part to play in it. We'll leave it there. Like the video if you want to join the Legion. Subscribe. Cash app link below if you want to buy a boy iced coffee. And feel free to join the Patreon where I post self-improvement content. Till then, catch you in the next video.